in Paris, no less, at this big conference on African Americans in Europe, and he was there with Kevin Powell, and they ran out of money, and I hooked him up with a colleague of mine who taught at the university at the Sorbonne, and so we've been obviously great friends ever since. My kid was running around selling his poetry, saying, "You heard of Tony Medina?" And they were cute and small, and so he sold out all his books in Paris. But anyway, Tony's a great poet, and I want to read his poem in here. It's called Lazy Russ. I've walked through many rooms on my journey from the womb to the tomb. I've lived in tin-can shacks where my mother held a pan beneath melting icicles for water to drink and for bathing. We ate breakfast out of glove compartments that didn't have enough room for feet. I rolled over in alleys, hugged up to a heap of dung to keep from freezing. I've slept on park benches and laid out in subway stenches. I even slept in open heart surgery shelters, where sometimes you check in but you don't check out. And I've also checked out in search of no-income housing in the sky, only to be brought back by paramedics in the back of ambulances, dropped off outside of emergency rooms onto the streets, wandering off to alleys and ash cans and lobbies, or to lay out onto the warm, open wound of street graders. That's really nice piece. Maybe Jane Cortez.
Oh, yeah.
I got the Blues Ooze 93. Also a New York poet, another good friend. She should be here, hopefully, in the new year. So
She's part of our thing.
yeah, so is Tony. We can get some money.
Working on it.
Yeah. I got the blues ooze. I got the fishing in the raw sewage blues ooze. I got the toxic waste dump in my backyard blue ooze. I got the contaminated drinking water blue ooze. I got the man-made famine blue ooze. I got the HIV/AIDS epidemic blues ooze. I got the dead house, dead herb blue ooze. I got the blue ooze. I got the living in a drain pipe blue ooze. I got the living in a cardboard box waiting for democracy to hit the blue ooze. I got the 500-year black hostage colonialism never stops blue ooze. I got the francophone, anglophone, alimentaphone, lusophone, telephone blue ooze. I got this terminology, it's not my terminology. These low standards are not my standards. This religion is not my religion, and that justice has no justice for me, blue ooze. I got the blue ooze. I got the gang-banging, police brutality blue ooze. I got the domestic abuse, battered body blue ooze. I got the ethnic conflict blue ooze. I got the misinformation media penetration blue ooze. I got the television collective life is no life to live, and this world is really becoming a fucked up, crowded place to be blue ooze. I got to find a way out this blue ooze, because the blue ooze will make you sorry that you ever had the blue ooze. I got the blue ooze. I got the blue ooze. Okay. Let's see. Well, I'll do one of mine, which is a very different temperament than that last one. I wrote this poem when I was living in Iowa City. I was an assistant professor at the University of Iowa, and this was in the 80s, and so some of the references in here are obviously, very 80s. So it was also a time when the homeless situation in this country was becoming more and more apparent. And so I wrote this poem in preparation for a reading that we had against hunger. It's called The Year of No Snow. My grandfather's ghost guards the peace circle around the children's open window, while I think under a dim, cracked lamp, grateful for luck, the tendril of my fortune. Like the homeless, I too carry space between my footsteps, so inside the warmth of a rented rectangle, I craft common sense and creative resistance into oval, beaded compositions. Yesterday there was no winter here, no reports of frozen women or children, interrupted sardonic consensus, through which great prayers lifted the president's veil, revealing a crooked smile, the right-angle deletion of Reagan reasons. You see, contrary to popular polls, the macaw still flies over tropical regions, and magic does restore color to damaged skies and dismembered dreamers. I got one, not in the book.
That's good.
Okay. This is for ML. This is my angry black woman.
Because she knows I love angry black women.
Yeah, he does. Certainly puts up with me. It's entitled, Why Observe the Sabbath at Home in the Deep. This is a play on the line from Emily Dickinson. The slow kill is a ruthless dirge bestowed on children, beveled in star-spangled irreligious wars over oil or vanishing sweet waters, while political thugs betray language and hide behind skin tone and trickery like vindictive Republicans and non-literary news announcers, choking on gasoline fumes, gulping the Gulf of Mexico, as drug dealers in disguise sneak across border lines, not to pick oranges or tobacco or strawberry fields laden with pesticides or transient cancers or corn genetically grown for lactating breasts of chickens and teenagers, breeding like livestock criminalized at birth to fit the description as byproducts for the prison industry or hypnosis by Xboxes, romance gangster songs, and infractions of demented movie stars who never visit the dark side of Detroit, Newark, Cleveland, or Spanish-speaking Chicago or L.A., or any urban reservation where desperation breeds athletes for battlefields on 2D distractions if they can duck the bullet shot below the hoop across playground perimeters. A hit meant for Antoine, DeAndre's cousin, who spells his name with a Y to make him feel special when his mama calls his name before an incidental insult of vocabulary incites someone's paranoid, frenetic, delusional child, toting an automatic to celebrate himself on TV's First 48 while his parents disappear inside supersized churches, hoisting misery like pagan sacrifices for gilded prophets sporting blue alligator shoes and gold-toothed grins that glitter when abusing the Bible, misquoting Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the Apostle Paul, dancing preachers dredging up testaments condemning material enslavement and promising life after Jesus' death, paid for at platinum offering plates, sucking juice out the side of bent necks of faithful flocks to put premium gas in luxury convertibles with chrome hubcaps spinning in reverse in sync with Wall Street investors, confiscating cityscapes by burning houses on Halloween Eve, disabling maple trees, ravaging evergreens, damming rivers, offending any semblance of justice until memories curdle in shadows of premature death, and black streaks of light appear on tombstones like hieroglyphic tattoos, encrypting mortal damnation.
Woo!
Adrian, Matejka, and Liebler, the baddest sister on the planet.
I wanted to just mention something as I was looking over this, and I think it's an important part of this document here, is that everybody who participated in this book did it out of friendship. This was not your typical anthology where, you know, I mean, I'm not against paying permissions, don't get me wrong, Adrian. But, you know, everyone just did this from Bob Dylan to Michael Moore, Eminem and everybody else, Caroline Milan and Melba, did this out of their own generosity as part of the working class, homage to the working class experience and out of friendship. To me, I don't think it could ever and would ever